Alright guys, welcome back to round 2. We've definitely drawn a mulligan. We'll go ahead and ship this one back. One land, it's the right color probably, but yeah, we don't want kozilek in our opener either. So 2 of our 3 swamps. We're not a fast deck either way. I think it's probably fine. Yeah, especially with that on top. Probably lead out Void Attendant into Lifespring Druid. Void Attendant giving us, fuel for the Harvester Troll as well, which is nice. Playing against Halcyon Kid. Let's see how Halcyon Kid's deck pairs up. Oh, good, another green deck. So hopefully it's not green and white. So my biggest fear with this deck is that we come up against something that's like ultra aggro that we just don't have time to do anything about. We'll give them as little info as possible. We're playing the same colors as you. We were competing for the same cards. Don't play anything early. Alright, cool. Alright, we're well on our way. Alright, well, this is quite the matchup so far. But we'll get our Void Attendant out there. We need some way to start adjusting now, but if we can, start making Void Attendant tokens. You know, that's something I missed last game. I actually could have been using the Void Attendant every turn, since every time I played a colorless spell, we were ingesting one. That was a mistake on my part, and I just realized it right now. So the Harvester Troll doesn't... I mean, it only matches up really well if we have the 2 counters on it. I feel like we probably would be more willing to sacrifice a land at this point, since we're a little bit flooded. And really, it's nice to have more than one swamp, but we really only need one. I'm trying to play a little faster this round too, as I think last round we definitely were playing way too slow. I didn't even realize it until near the end of the game. So we can trade 4 for 3, which I don't really like. I'd rather just sit back and wait. I think any long game benefits us with this deck. That also doesn't match up very well against our creature so far, especially since you can only activate it once per turn. So we'll just keep developing our board and wait it out. I suppose that didn't represent anything, so I probably had a good option to not leave up the waste, but to leave up probably the swamp. I think the black, what is it, +3/+0 regenerate is probably the best combat trick that I could have represented with the mana available. I'm trying to think if there's anything in single blue. I don't think there is. It's looking like another probable board stall situation. But our opponent's most likely playing some support. There's Cozy. Undo that. And do that. Now at least he thinks, oh, he needs a black mana for something. I'm glad we had the Harvester Troll when we did. Although now we gotta get to 10 mana. A couple of those bad boys would have been nice. Alright, so we'll develop our board a bit with 2 mana available this turn. So we're at 9. And we'll probably just take a little damage if we need to. If we draw a land, we're playing Kozilek next turn. It's probably going to be good enough. And it's not even Kozilek. I mean, Kozilek's good, but yeah, that's good too. Kozilek's good, but the ability to fill your hand again is really, I think, the more powerful aspect of this card. The countering is pretty nice too. We gotta keep in mind how many creatures he has on board. I don't think he has great attacks. Nope. Alright, so we got there. So we'll go ahead and refill our hand. And I think we're good to just wait. I also got a flyer and more card draw. So yeah, I think we're good here. I mean, it's not terribly awesome. He definitely has a lot of ways to interact with us. He has enough power and toughness to kill Kozilek. Problem being that he will lose a good portion of his board in order to do it. And that actually is a pretty good draw as well. Because if I can tap down his 6/6 and then attack with Kozilek, he really doesn't have good blocks. Trying to think what else I want to play here. I'm going to surge this thing. Oh yeah, Grip of the Royal is going to help out big time next turn too. Now I can tap 2 of his bigger things and attack. Would not mind seeing landfall, pretty irrelevant. He decides to get in. So he must think he has lethal here. So let's say I block his 6/6. Almost got there, buddy, with the blinding drone. No, I don't want to block there. Over here. I assume he's supporting, so I don't want to get too crazy. I'd rather not lose that. I think we'll go with that, because we definitely want to keep the Blinding Drone around and as many of the mana dorks as possible. So we're looking at 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 damage. He needs 2 life. But he's just dead on the crackback, is that right? So how much damage can I do here? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 22. So we want to run out everything. Do we want to keep all our cards in our hand? Because we have a 2-drop, a 3-drop, 2-drop, and 2 3-drops. So I guess we can play a 3-drop as far as countering his spells goes. So we're down at 8. So really we just want to tap the Grove Rumbler, I think, and attack with Kozilek, and that's it. Actually, so how valuable are our Lifespring Druids at this point? Not all that valuable, I don't think. We've already cast our 10-drop, and there's nothing else in the deck that needs that kind of mana. So I'm going to go ahead and play out... Well, I suppose I'm going to tap. Attack with... So what is that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can do 10, take it to 14. Is that too greedy? Well, okay, so 2, 4, 6, 10, 22. We're going to take him to 2. We're going to play out our Cultivator Drone. We're going to play out our Loam Larva. I don't think we need to use the ability. Then we're going to Surge this on his biggest thing. What has Trample here? Just this? I think that'll do. And if he plays a 3-drop and only a 3-drop, we can counter it. That's a 4-drop, so we can't counter that. So that doesn't really do anything. I guess he takes the Seer's Lantern, yeah. I think we get the game. We definitely block everything. Alright, opponent concedes. Alright, perfect. That's how you're supposed to win with Kozilek. So, he knows about him now, though. I don't think there's any changes I want to make. Again, Unity of Purpose would have come in big there, as I could have put a counter on Kozilek and untapped him, which seems pretty damn awesome. But I don't know what I'd put in there instead. So, I think we're just going to run it back. But so far so good. So we'll see when our opponent returns. What he's got for us. If this deck is my first 3-0 in the format, I'll be very surprised. We've just gotten lucky. I think the aggro versions of some of these decks are just absolutely difficult. And unless you're equally aggressive, they're just super difficult to beat. The red-white one has just trounced me multiple times. It looks like a ton of fun to play, but I haven't had a chance yet, unfortunately. But this one's fun, I have to say. Get some big stuff on the board, sit behind it, play a 12-12 that refills your hand. That's pretty awesome. Any long game just goes to us, I have a feeling. I'm pretty sure I missed some pings in the previous game as well. I probably should have been pinging for sure every turn, and I could have been doing it twice. I think by the end we needed to be. I was thinking about game 2 of our first match. I think I hadn't been pinging our opponent regularly. I was drawing cards regularly, but I think since I could activate on both his turn and my turn, I think I missed a couple. So I was drawing cards on my turn because I had enough mana to really play anything. And I was trying to ping on his turn. Yeah, I'm sure I missed a couple. Alright, so opponent must have done some sideboarding because he's back now. I think this is a fine hand. Yeah, it just got better too. Play out the Blinding Drone with the Holdout Settlement. So as early as turn 3, we could start tapping. Also got our Forest online. I mean, I guess we just get in for 1, unless our opponent plays something. Alright, so we hit all our colors as well. We don't have a 4-drop, so we'll just go to our opponent's turn and tap something. Probably the 2-2, since we can block the 1-1 pretty well. Blind Drone has been an extremely impressive card for a common. Excellent. Gak, also quite good. Still taking 2, unfortunately. All right. Brood Butcher's just what we want to see here. So I think we're just going to play out the Thought Harvester, even though it means we cannot block this turn. The Sign Summoner, that is. Or I'm sorry, tap. I can block, I can't tap this turn. Just gotta hold down the floor and we're good to go. And if, unfortunately, if he's able to remove these 2 creatures, we're probably just gonna lose. This is a much more aggressive start for him. Again, 5 minutes down on the time. I've been playing way too slow. Seed Guardian, I think, is a great card. So I could alternatively look at Eyeless Watcher, Brood Butcher, or Unnatural Aggression and Hedron Crawler. So what do we Unnatural Aggression? Probably the Saddleback, because then we get to exile it. The 3/3 is the best thing on the board right now, though. We're definitely getting attacked this turn. The Lagak's not coming in anyway. Yikes. It's a tough spot, kind of. I think we just want the Brood Butcher. And Embodiment of Fury, that's nice. Yeah, we're not attacking here. Sadly. So he plays his Thought Knot Seer. So I guess he probably takes the Unnatural Aggression, although I could see taking the Hedron Crawler since he knows that I'm trying to ramp up to a kozilek. Although Eyeless Watcher for the same reason, I suppose. I think he probably does have good attacks here. And I assume he has a support card. So he wants me to block my Thought Harvester on his Saddleback with Gak. God, I really hate taking 9, probably 11 here. I'm going to 7. That seems terrible. I also hate losing the Brood Butcher. I suppose I want to block like this and take probably 8. He can only kill one of my creatures. Yeah, that's probably the correct choice. And he only gets a 1/1. Which seems like a pretty fair trade. I traded a 3/3 for a 3/4. And he has some serious upside on his, so I think that's probably fine. I think we have to remove some stuff from the board here. Otherwise we just take too much damage next turn. And we can still tap something down on our opponent's turn. I think that's probably what we need to do. The question is, do we want to tap down the Relentless? Was it the Relentless Hunter? Because it gains trample? Probably. I feel like this game is probably getting out of reach pretty quickly here. So we'll tap down. This guy. What am I at? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 in hand. I mean, if we're going to win this game, really, kozilek is the way we're going to do it. I hate to give up. I do hate to give up a Scion, but I think we need to get a creature off the board when we can. Hopefully we can. Looks like we can. So he messes up our ramp a bit, but we're keeping his board under control. Void Attendant's a good one. In that we can, I guess we'll wait till our opponent's turn. I guess we can add 1 Scion this turn, and then we can also tap down one of his creatures. I suppose the way I was going to do it, I wanted to be able to do it twice, so I left open 2 forests, but I want to be able to tap something, so unfortunately that makes it a little worse. Sad. So I can actually make a ton of blockers. We're very defensive in this game though, and again I'm down by like what, 11 minutes? Well, I guess 9 minutes. Yeah, that's a bummer. So I want to kill the Thought-Knot Seer to draw a card. He only pumped twice. So if I could get 5 power in front of his Relentless Hunter, I guess that's what I want to do. So I drew the best possible card here, which is another land. So I guess we're just yielding to our opponent. Probably should just concede this game, to be honest. Yeah, we're going to concede and save the rest of our time for the last game, because it could go long. I don't think we have anything we want to change here. Being able to untap unexpectedly is pretty cool, but I think we'll just submit. We need to see some more of our rares here. It's not a deck where you can ever F6. I need to be able to do things on my turn, on my opponent's turn, in his begin combat step, on the end step. It's kind of challenging to play for time. It's been a ton of a fun format though so far. I've played far less of it than I played a Battle for Zendikar by this point. I just had a lot of stuff going on in real life, but it has been a lot more fun, I think. When Battle for Zendikar came out and everyone was trying to fit into archetypes, early on it was pretty easy to get a good deck, and then after a couple of weeks it really got difficult. Everyone was drafting an archetype, and if yours overlapped with somebody else's and you didn't get the few, uncommons that really fed the strategy for your deck, you really didn't end up with a winning deck. And I think I probably only 3-0'd a couple of times. Probably like 3 times. And one of them was just a janky red-green landfall deck, which was kind of surprising. But in this format, I feel like you can really play good cards again and come out on top, which is refreshing. I think it's a much more fun way to play than it is to have to build an archetype. I think Helms the other day was comparing it to Paul Chian was comparing it to playing in Modern Masters, because every strategy is predefined, and there's not really any, you're not really going to think of anything new. That's how Battle for Zendikar played. You played one of the, I think the exception to that was the blue-white Flyers deck that I don't think a lot of people saw coming, but other than that, it was play the archetype, play it how it's meant to be played. Hopefully you draft a good one, otherwise you probably won't win. And there was 1 or 2 people in each draft who were able to put together the archetype they were going for. But here we are, game 3. Birthing Hulk is awesome. I'm not sure this hand is fast enough. So technically we have available 5. You know what, I'm going to keep it. We have the Grip of the Royal to slow him down just a little bit. And we'll try to play as fast as possible. This deck is a very grindy deck. So we have actually a couple different ways now to slow down our opponent, which is nice. Play out our Life Stranger this turn. Next turn, we're really just looking to probably tap something down. Grip of the Royal might be the way to go, just because we get the card draw out of it. we won't be blocking. I was going to say, if our opponent struggles on mana, we probably got a good chance to win, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen either. So I guess we want to play the Seer's Lantern. And then we will, I guess we'll probably surge this. Yeah, no reason not to attack. So we're actually going to play a Burling Hulk this turn, which is quite nice. Unfortunately, we take 3. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we just have to do it. Sad but true. Which means we're probably taking another 4 next turn. Or potentially 6. 5. Oh, he tapped out, so I guess not. I think we just play out the troll, get rid of a Scion, and call it good. I guess he just double blocks. Is that okay though? Yeah, I got regenerate. It's a great card, this Burling Hulk. And it's in foil. Playing 2 foil cards. One of them's Kozilek. Oh, it even made foil Scions. That's pretty cool. Rumbler. I wonder how long until he starts chumping. I guess one more turn. Which is fine. We're down to 4 minutes. And we need to get him down as fast as possible. He'll probably throw the saddle back in front of it this next time. That's a good draw. I'm only throwing the regen on it just in case he decides he wants to cast an instant. So he knows I'm not going to forget, I guess. Our opponent's in real trouble. Yeah, that's probably wise. Currently he's sitting on 10 mana, which becomes relevant when we talk about, what we're going to possibly play, but also, what we're going to give up on a trade, because it's now tempting to, to give up like Lifespring Druid or the Scion, but it's actually pretty valuable. I think we have to attack again. Which, when he sees us do this, he knows that we don't have anything else. Oh, that was stupid. Oh god, I should not have used that. I did not want to land on top. I guess we got to make sure we use the Seer's Lantern this turn. I'm going to put this land on the bottom. Or do we? Shoot. Now that I did it, I'm like, well, I might want to sacrifice some stuff. Oh, he can pump that, so we want to go the other way. Yeah, because we have 2 colorless sources, so that's fine. It gains trample as well, but I guess that for that reason it probably wasn't worthwhile to save 1 damage. I'm sure if he has anything else he wants to cast, he wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah, perfect. That's fine. We take 5. He loses a creature and we lose 1 creature and a Scion. Oh no, we lose both. Alright, but we don't lose the game. Which is nice. Alright, so what do we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got it. If we win this with 2 minutes left, I'll be very impressed. I assume he has to play on time now. Nice. We definitely want to play a land. We'll attack with both. Counter that. Let our opponent figure out the blocks. Kozilek comes through again, maybe. Down to a minute. Can't we just attack with everything and win this turn? Jesus, what the hell? Doesn't matter, but still, that was really stupid. I should have put the regeneration shield on it first. Alright guys, we got the win. It's 2. So we are on to the finals. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Doug's Basement Level Magic, playing the weirdest, stupidest deck I've ever seen, but loving it. Alright guys, I'll be back for the finals.